Who am I? That's a good question. As a college student, you constantly have to find yourself, and these 4 years are so crucial for that. But finally, at the end of my college career, I think I can confidently say, I am Priyas Madashetty. And my majors are psychology and global studies. With these two majors, I have come to Kansai Gaidai to study abroad. So why did I come to Kansai Gaidai? Well, it all started at my first year of my college degree. I had an academic advisor actually suggest that I study abroad. Personally, I thought it was a scary thing going to a country that I essentially have never gone to before and barely know the language of. But what I've realized, especially through my past 4 years of college, is that you have to take those leaps and you have to grab every opportunity you have. You have to get comfortable with the feeling of uncomfortability. And studying abroad at Kansai Gaidai was one such way for me to kind of overcome that fear of doing stuff that I'm essentially afraid of. It was along with that, and obviously there's career stuff that's pointing me towards this direction at Kansai Gaidai. My academic advisor said it would be great on your resume. I'm sure any company that I go to back in America, they're gonna see, oh my god, he went to Japan to study abroad? And I'll be like, yeah, Nihongo wakarimasu yo. So, of course, that's also part of the reason, but my professor heavily recommended me to do it. So I came here at her recommendation, and it's been great. It's been great. I come from a multicultural background. My family did immigrate to America back in like 1970s. So I grew up as an American, but my family is culturally and ethnically Indian. So that blend of cultures, especially in America, I'm sure everyone knows the diversity in America, has really kind of opened my eyes to be more culturally aware. And I thought going to another East Asian country that kind of has similar ideals to India, I thought it would be a nice little way of even opening up my eye more. And since I've been here, it's been crazy to see how all these people from all across the world, Europe, Asia, of course America, and see their interactions. It really feels like a microcosm of society, and that's exactly what I'm interested in learning about in the future. So what do I want to do in the future? The future brings a lot of worry, but one of my life mottos since high school really has been, no amount of worrying can change the future, and no amount of regret can change the past. So rather than opposing to worrying about it, I think I just want to do something. And that's what I've been doing these past couple of weeks. I've been just exploring different avenues, different options. Being a teacher in Japan, I've heard of the JET program. Kind of doesn't sound too fun, so I might not end up doing that, but at the very least I'd be able to meet all my Japanese friends that I've made here. But I think what I've really kind of felt connected to is actually with politics. So I'm thinking of actually going to the UN and all the way to Switzerland. With that, I hope to work at the UN and make an impact with some people. The work that the UN does, especially on an international scale, I think is really important. And I think especially now with how interconnected— Shut up! The reason why I want to work for the UN is to make an impact with people. I think the UN is uniquely equipped to do that, especially nowadays, how the world is just so interconnected and globalized. I think we're experiencing an unprecedented amount of international communication. And I think the UN is kind of being the leader in such a thing, being a political body that all the governments kind of listen to some aspect. I mean, of course, there's faults everywhere, all across the world, but I think probably within the next 100 years, I feel like the world is going to be connected in a way that we've never seen before. My generation specifically grew up with the internet, and we started seeing that. But people who are starting to grow up with the internet or have had internet access their entire life, they understand things all across the world, and borders, national borders, countries are being kind of broken down. And I think I'm going to be able to witness that at the UN, so I think it's going to be a fun time. That's also an ad for the United Nations. If anyone is interested in working for the United Nations, contact this email. Is that good?